Oh yeah, I was in Big Sky, Montana. I was a safety kayaker for Yellowstone Raft Company on the Gallatin River. During springtime, we'd have, the runoff, the melting of snow, and that's when the rivers rage out there. It turns from a little class 2-3 river to a class 4-5 flush. I was blessed to be the safety kayaker, which meant I was medically trained. I was an EMT at the time. I would go along with the raft trip, typically 4 or 5 rafts, and if anyone fell out, I would ferry over to them, meaning I would cruise over to them in my kayak, and I had basically like a little leash or a tow rope behind. I used to just do tricks and stuff and be silly. I'd go upside down on purpose, just to screw with the people, and I would just be intermingled through the rafts, waiting for Carnage. I kind of liked Carnage. I wanted somebody to fall out. That was my job. So this day I was doing my normal thing, first trip of the day, and I think I was squirting, meaning I was going into these little seams and putting my bow vertical in the air and doing these little pirouette, like 360s. And for some reason I wasn't paying good attention, and I went into this pretty gnarly pour over, which is, we call them a hole. So I went in this hole. This thing worked me pretty good, like almost ripped me out of my kayak. It knocked my paddle out of my hand. I'm upside down, and it let me out, fortunately, and I dropped into that next hole, and this thing worked me for probably, probably 5 to 7 seconds, which is an eternity when you're upside down. And my half out, half in and out of the kayak, and I stuffed myself back in, started going for those hand rolls again. It's this like little motion you make, but you can't do it because I'm not upside down. And by then I was really spent. I was like tired. I just it released me, and I hand rolled like once or twice and just couldn't, and I pulled out of my kayak, which is a major no-no. So now I'm swimming. I'm the guy that needs to be rescued. So nobody's gonna rescue me. Those guides, they're my buddies. They're like, I'm the safety kayaker. They're not even thinking about it. They're like, Will's gonna swim, making me swim. So I swim. I get kind of hammered on the swim to the shore. It's only like 15 or 20 yards, but it's like there's seams and stuff, and so I'm like cruising and be underwater for a few seconds, and I'll be, thinking I could drown. But I'm not gonna drown. I'm gonna make it. So I make it. Yeah, I was on the side, and God, what was the name of that guy? And he came by and he goes, there, and he pointed with his paddle. He goes, and there's Willie Mack, your safety kayaker. Just the way he said it about, there he is, he's swimming, and he's supposed to be the one to save us. So I don't think I got paid for that trip. It's one of those things where if you play if that stuff bothers you, you're gonna struggle, because there's gonna be a lot of carnage in your life, especially if you do stuff on a high level. You're gonna try to pull off shots, and you're not gonna pull them off. So you have to try to do it. And if it bothers you so much that you freeze up and you're scared to do it the next time, then you're not gonna be very great at what you do. That's how I look at it. There's times I'm so scared out there, but I'm like, man, whatever. I'm not gonna be embarrassed if I make a mistake here, because I've made them before. I'm gonna make them again. I'm just gonna do the best I can, and I know I'm not gonna hit a ball in the water or shank a shot and quit the game. It's just a bad swing. You're not perfect. We're not robots. So that's how I legitimize it in my brain, and I think that serves me pretty well.